Have you ever wondered what the deal with a business partnership is? Well, me either, but that's what I have to make a video about. The definition is a business organization owned by two or more persons who agree on a specific division of responsibilities and profits, which essentially means the two owners have to come up with a fair way to split their responsibilities and profits. Huh, go figure, a definition that doesn't need expanding upon. Since there's no partnership agreement required, it's pretty easy to start a partnership, though experts recommend you have a lawyer make something called articles of partnership, or, in other words, a partnership agreement. That's essentially just so you know where you stand and who has to do what, so nobody can just skip out on their part of the job. Mario Bros didn't have a partnership agreement, and look where that got him. Luigi's out all the time cleaning out haunted mansions of any ghost to earn a living, and what does Mario do? He parties, goes on vacation, participates in the Olympics with an anthropomorphic blue hedgehog, pretends to be a doctor, travels overseas to rescue a princess who isn't Peach, meaning he literally just went overseas to save somebody to cheat on his girlfriend with, and that's not even half of it, and that's all just because they were too lazy to hire a lawyer. Partnerships also aren't subject to any special taxes, although individual partners still have to pay taxes on their share of all the total income, but they're paying less than some specialized companies, so that's just great. There's also the fact that each partner has their own assets, which makes it easier for a firm to borrow money for expansions or new operations. That's great because partnerships can try new things pretty easily, which leads to new products or services. It's not all great though. Unfortunately, partnerships that aren't LLPs, that's limited liability partnership for all you non-partnership project people, are subject to unlimited liability, meaning if one branch messes something up, the entire company suffers. This was exemplified when Yoshi committed tax fraud, which resulted in his orphanage, which was shared with like 7 other Yoshis, suffering heavy losses. There's also the obvious risk of a conflict between partners. This is obviously a risk in any type of partnership, not just a business one, but there's more at stake here than there is when a couple of cards start hating each other. Conflict can do many things to a business depending on the severity. Just look what happened to Mike and Ike back in 2012. This loving couple broke up and continually defaced their own boxes of candy just to spite each other, and that's potentially the least severe these conflicts can get. As a result of conflicts, one partner might leave the business altogether. This is obviously extremely expensive and can very easily result in the total closure of the business if the remaining owner can't keep things together on his or her own. Luckily, Mike and Ike were both relatively competent when it came to their conflicts, so things stayed together. Eventually, they got back together and even got married. So what's the moral of this story? Mike and Ike are the OTP of the century and nobody can convince me otherwise. Also, that partnerships are a business structure that have as many advantages as they do disadvantages, and that running things with a partner doesn't necessarily guarantee it'll be easier. The end.